Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go into saving your set in Serato and then running it through Audacity to beef it up for putting on your Mixcloud or SoundCloud or whatever your promotion is, to have it sounding good in headphones and in car systems and whatnot. This is absolutely not the right way to do it, but it is the way that has been working for me. If you have a better way, then please stick with it by all means, and if you want to share, I'm always looking for a better way. Anyway, I started in Serato. I'm going to show you levels real quick of where I'm doing it. You can match if you want to. On the track, gain, we're right there. That gives me a just want to tap into those oranges, but not even get close to that top red at the peak of your track. From there, I turn my master up to almost 3 o'clock, because that seems to give a good level as you record out. It should be about 11 o'clock and just bouncing around in the yellow. Doing all that, having those levels in those conditions, you'll get a wave file that kind of looks like this. Now this all is dependent on mixing. If you go quite varied with your levels into your recording out, you'll see it show up here. And there's ways to fix it and whatnot, but this is just a basic how to get it to from this to big fat waveform that sounds loud on a lot of systems without any clipping. First step, highlight the whole thing in Audacity. Click on this, highlight it all. The first effect I usually go for is a normalize with a negative 0.4 dB maximum amplitude. Any peaks hit about there. I'm guessing it goes off of. I keep it all default and hit OK. This will take just a second, so I'm going to pause it till we get to the end. Okay, coming up to the end, you'll see the change in the waveform. Fattens up a little and kind of gives you something to work with. I look for my highest concentration of peaks, and I cut back a little bit on that to say right here, which looks like a good solid level. From there, I'll play it and look where it's hitting. Go into preferences, linear. You can see where it's hitting, 0.8, 0.7. Anyway, so now that you got your number, I don't get too particular about it. Just find something lower than your biggest peaks that works for you. From there, I'll do a limiter down here on the bottom, and I'll limit it to whatever that was, 0.9, 0.8. Long hold, it doesn't really matter. No makeup gain, and I've kept my input gains at 1.9 and kept the hard limit there, and hit OK. Be back when it's close. 10-second countdown, and you'll see the waveform kind of chop down the biggest peaks. Kind of beefs it up a little there. Now that you have it really pushing a good sound, you can keep it here if you like a lot of variety in your levels. You could export from here, but we'll get into that later. I'll just show you how to export, but this is one point you could do it if you want to hear how it sounds that way. I generally, for putting up for streaming or whatever, so it sounds good in almost anything, after the limiter, I do a compressor. I have right now my threshold is -13, -40, 3-to-1 ratio, fastest attack time, and just a very long release because you want it to hold all your compression. I'm sure I'm way too much, but again, this just works for me one way. No makeup gain and compress based on peaks, definitely. And then see what it does. Be right back. 10-second countdown, and you should see it get fat all the way across with no clipping. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree that this sounds good, but it brings everything level and loud without clipping. Again, your mixing also has a lot to do with it, so you could play with it from there. From this, while it's still highlighted, unless you've done it in the mix, I go to the beginning, and then over here just start zooming in and find your hotkey. I don't know it yet. And I get into like the first 8 seconds or whatever and highlight it to the beginning. In effect, to just fade in and just soften whatever you got going to come in, unless you've already got that planned in your mix, then don't worry about it. Also trim any silence you might have off the beginning by highlighting and deleting. You go to the very end and see how you did there. You got a lot of silence, you can click and drag, highlight it all, hit delete. Now it fades out where it should. Once you're good to go, I usually zoom back to Fit Project, click the box to highlight it all, File, Export Audio, choose where you want to save it, and name it up here for your file name. And then once you're ready, you got your format. I just go MP3, you pick whatever you want. Then when you save, usually you could edit your metadata, add all this stuff in if it's can hold it. And then you click OK and save it at that. I'm not going to save mine, but save yours as whatever, fill everything out. Anyway, that's how you get it to look like that and sound big and loud, and as long as your mixing's good. That's all I could say. Alright, man. Hope you guys got something from this, and thanks for watching.